Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're dialing it back to a time before smartphones, before the internet, even before you could just pick up a phone and call anyone in the world. We're talking about the invention that literally gave the world its voice, the telephone. And at the heart of this story is one man, Alexander Graham Bell. Now, Bell wasn't your typical inventor, locked away in a dusty workshop. He was born in Scotland, and his life's work was deeply rooted in something very personal: communication. His mother was losing her hearing, and his father was a renowned expert on elocution and speech therapy. This family focus on sound and speech ignited a passion in young Alexander. He was fascinated by the mechanics of how we speak and hear. He even built a rudimentary talking automaton head with his brother as a teenager. When Bell and his family moved to Canada and then to the United States, he continued his work with the deaf community, teaching and developing new methods. This deep understanding of sound waves and vibrations was the crucial foundation for what was to come. The mid-1870s was an electrifying time in America. The telegraph was the king of long-distance communication, but it was limited. It could only send dots and dashes, one message at a time. The dream, the holy grail for inventors, was the harmonic telegraph, a device that could send multiple messages over the same wire by using different musical pitches. Bell was obsessed with this idea. He believed that if you could send multiple musical notes, why not the complex notes and tones of the human voice? He set up a lab in Boston, working tirelessly with his brilliant assistant, Thomas Watson. Their experiments were filled with failures, frustrations, and near misses. They tried everything: reeds, magnets, diaphragms, all sorts of contraptions. The competition was fierce too. Other inventors, like Elisha Gray, were hot on their heels, racing to solve the same puzzle. Then came the breakthrough moment. It happened on June 2nd, 1875. Bell was in one room, and Watson was in another. Watson accidentally plucked a metal reed that was stuck on one of the transmitters. In the other room, Bell heard a faint twang come through his receiver, the overtone of the plucked reed. It wasn't just a click or a buzz. It was a complex sound. That was the eureka moment. Bell realized that the current could vary in intensity, just like a sound wave, and transmit the actual quality of a sound. With this new principle, they raced to build a functional device. Finally, on March 10th, 1876, the legendary moment arrived. Bell and Watson were once again in separate rooms. Bell, having spilled some battery acid on his clothes, spoke into the mouthpiece. The words, now immortalized in history, traveled through the wire. "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." Watson, hearing the voice clearly from the receiver in his room, was stunned. He rushed to Bell, and they both realized the incredible truth. They had done it. For the first time in human history, a clear, spoken voice had been transmitted electrically. That summer, at the Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia, Bell demonstrated his invention. At first, it was tucked away in a corner, mostly ignored. But when the Emperor of Brazil, Dom Pedro II, picked up the receiver and heard Bell reciting Shakespeare from the other end of the hall, he reportedly exclaimed, "My God, it talks." Suddenly, the telephone was the star of the show. The invention of the telephone wasn't just a technological leap. It completely changed society. It connected families across vast distances, revolutionized business, and paved the way for the interconnected world we live in today. From that first faint call of "Mr. Watson, come here," to the video calls we make on our phones today, it all started with one man's deep passion for understanding the human voice. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the inventions that shaped our world. See you in the next video.